All right, let's get some garden cleanup going. Look what I just spotted as I was cleaning this giant sad hornworm with not much food left to eat, but still trying. Look at, there's a couple red tomatoes on there. Might grab those, take them inside. Sorry, dude, garden's done. Alright, I'm gonna take this load back to the chickens and I'll come back for the next wagon full. I've been feeling really in a rut with filming YouTube videos lately and trying to figure out what kind of content I want to have for the off season in the winter. So I'm definitely going to start working on building the greenhouse. That's a big plan, but that's going to be a big project. It's going to take, a while. So I don't expect that to be like a bunch of little videos. I was kind of hoping to make it one big video, but if you guys want to see more of the finite details of how I'm planning on making the greenhouse, let me know and I'll break that down into smaller bite-sized videos instead of doing one big video of how we're going to build it, how I am building the greenhouse. If there is other content that you guys would like to see over the winter months, a lot of the stuff I'm doing right now is like this: cleaning up the garden, drying herbs, harvesting stuff for teas, mulching, And so I don't know if that's boring for you guys. So let me know in the comments if you enjoy that type of stuff or if you would like to see something specific. You get a little bit affected by the seasons changing, a little bit of that kind of seasonal depression stuff. So sometimes I'll get into like a funky spot where I just don't really have a lot of motivation and creativity, and I'm not my normal peppy self. So sometimes I get into a little bit of a rut and I just need a little bit of inspiration to get out of it and try something new. Being outside, being in the garden is really where I come alive. So sometimes those winter months are a little bit hard and I hate being cold. I moved south for a reason. I will take 90 degrees in August any day over being cold, always. So a couple of things I have on the agenda besides getting the greenhouse started and getting new chicks after Christmas is making an herb drying rack from old picture frames and window frames that have the glass broken out of them. That's one of my projects for my winter. Super organizing my garage, which may or may not be really satisfying to watch. I would like to make another chicken coop because I am planning on starting to have meat birds, and I want to keep some of my birds in separate areas. Also starting to work on the barn and getting an area ready for goats, hopefully coming next year. So there's a whole lot of fun stuff I have planned for over the winter for working in the garden, working on the homestead. But the sunlight hours are kind of getting the best of me with having little kids and trying to get out to the garden, because normally I would get up before they woke up, get out here at like 6 in the morning when the sun rose, and now that the sun is getting up so much later, it's a little bit harder for me to get out to the garden with little kids that may or may not want to come outside with me. out here and pull some of this Bermuda grass out, but I don't want to pull this at the same time that I'm pulling stuff that's going to the compost pile, because I don't want Bermuda grass to start growing in my compost pile. So I'll come back out at another time and pull Bermuda grass and put it in a bucket to go in the burn pile. Because if it's double grass, we burn it. I'm gonna pop this guy in the ground real quick before I go in for the night. Clearance blueberries. Holy mackerel. I think that's the fattest scrubworm I've ever seen in my entire life. Ooh, gross. You're gonna be a chicken treat. Oof. I have noticed whenever I dig out here, that there is a lot of grubworms, and that they are ginormous. Like, I've never seen grubworms as big as the ones on this property. Oh yeah. There's another one. Look. Yum. If I ever run out of chicken food, all I need to do is go digging for some grubs. Alright, we're back at it again. It rained all day yesterday, so I wasn't able to, well, I guess I could have. I just didn't want to come out in the rain and do more garden cleaning, so it's kind of on and off rain today. So let's get some more cleaning done. You can tell that the weather here fluctuates a lot based on that I'm wearing shorts today. Temperature is like 75 and the humidity is like 1,000. this looks and feels a whole ton better. I left my Genovese basil in because I'm gonna try to get some seeds off of it, perhaps because my cuttings didn't go so well. But yeah, that looks so much better, so much cleaner. Very happy with that. That looks good. I still gotta get in here and do some weeding. Super fun to watch weeding, but that will maybe be off camera footage. So I'd like to lay down another layer of mulch too. I think the mulch here needs to be a bit thicker because that grass and weeds and stuff is all coming up through. And then like all around the border, the weeds are really encroaching in. So I really think what I'm gonna do is do like a board around the edge of the garden and do like a raised bed on the perimeter of the garden. I'm gonna start looking at pricing and see if maybe that's something I can start working on, because I think that will help keep the stuff from growing out of the garden and keep the weeds from growing into the garden. It'll make it easier to kind of weed whack all of that. Oh, I should bring this closer. I was not thinking about using a wheelbarrow when I made the gate to my chicken area. All right, that should keep them entertained for a while. We'll see how long it takes to break down into beautiful compost for the spring. Oh, there's one other thing I got really excited about that I was thinking about today, and I would love to get your input about. All right, so I want to have a farm stand. This year I just had like a fold-out table and made like a sign and had it by the road for extra watermelons, and all I sold this year was watermelons. And I'm hoping next year to have a lot more to sell, and I'd really like to have a produce stand set up on the property that I can start selling stuff that I grow here. So let me show you my options. All right, so here's my driveway. Right up there was where I had my table this year with my signs. People should just kind of pull in, grab what they wanted and go. But I'm thinking about like long term, if I want to have a permanent structure, it's not really enough space. I'm debating this year if I want to start building a permanent structure or building something like a cart on wheels that I can just wheel out. Hey you. And putting a fence across the front of the property, so little miss can't run out into the road. I want them to be able to ride their bikes in the driveway without having to worry about them getting out in the road or strangers coming in the driveway. Okay. Alternatively, I could build some kind of permanent structure on this side of the driveway and also have room for parking. There's plenty of space to park on this side. I'm not planning on using this side of the driveway for anything in particular, so that could work. The only downside would be you would only see the stand when you're driving this way. If you're driving from this way, the trees would really block your view and you wouldn't even know it's here. And I'd have to build around the gas thing. Those are some ideas. Okay, now there's one other option I have. All right, so my other option I was thinking about is I have all this area over here. I'm not sure exactly yet what I'm doing with the barn. I would like to finish it and put a second story kind of apartment thing in there maybe. I want to have space to store hay and have a brooder and have goats and have fencing put up around here for goats to have different pastures to be in. So what I was kind of thinking of maybe too is having another driveway that would come in here and maybe have the farm stand right up here with parking, and then having the gates so that I could drive up to the barn if I needed to drop off stuff, and just have it gated where it enters into like goat pasture. So tell me what you think. I have so many ideas and not enough time and resources to do all of them. My head just explodes sometimes with ideas, and then there's other times where I'm like in a complete rut and I have no idea what I want to do.
You always do that.
And kids. So anyways, so let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to have some input from from some other people. I really value having input from other people when I'm trying to make big decisions like this, especially from people that are more experienced than me. So let me know. Thank you for hanging out with me today while I clean up the garden and do some chores. It's always fun having you here with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.